Unnamed Animal Mod is a mod for Minecraft 1.16.4. If you want to download it, check the links in the description below. Hi guys, I'm Diansu. I've been doing some work on the content SMP, and if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, subscribe and hit the bell for more content. Anyways, let's dive down into it. Minecraft has a menagerie of wildlife, yet in many spaces it's pretty lacking. We have 1 certifiable reptile, 2 rejects, no rodents, and only 4 fish to represent all the waterways of Minecraft. But with the Unnamed Animal mod, a whole new frontier of exotic wildlife will now be in-game, so let's dive down into it. Native to the stony shores is the marine iguana. IRL they're endemic to the Galapagos Island, but in-game they are found in stony shores. Every now and then they'll sneeze out a pinch of salt, which not only makes for perfectly legit seasoning, but also a defense against the undead and tiny slugs when placed on the ground. If you want to breed these guys, just feed them some seagrass, and instead of giving immaculate live birth, they'll be normal and just lay some eggs. As a side note, when struck with lightning, they will gain a unique skin. Bizarrely enough, the Musk Ox, while smelling god-awful, are actually close relatives of the goat. They're neutral and found within the snowy tundra, and should you decide to hunt one, they'll drop their all-new meat. It feels 5 shanks of hunger when cooked. Quite fulfilling. Found within the mega taiga, the banana slug is an ambient little creature. If you decide to kill him, not only will I rip you in half, they will also drop a slime ball, and if you want to carry him, just use a flower pot. Within the depths of the lukewarm ocean, behind all the ditched shopping carts, you'll find the Leafy Seadragon and garden eels. These two species are both united in their camouflage, and the garden eel takes extra initiative by occasionally burrowing themselves into the sand. And back when we were all sealed in our homes, a Japanese aquarium allowed you to FaceTime these fish. If you ever happen upon the best biome, aka the coral reef, you'll find the Humphead Parrotfish. These warm water giants will give you sand if you feed them a block of coral. This references the fact that white sand beaches are actually the ground-up waste products of when parrotfish IRL eat coral. To breed them, give them some regular coral, and they'll give you a very strange, albeit bucketable baby. While the Humphead Parrotfish may patrol the reefs by day, during the night the flashlight fish will make their appearance. They glow ever so subtly in the dark, and when eaten, give you barely any hunger alongside the glowing effect. Ah yes, the chicken of the prairies. This fowl is found only within the sunflower plains, and lays eggs that are not only throwable, but uniquely fireable as well. Of course, if you don't want a chance on you getting your weird laser gun sounding prairie chick, you can breed 2 prairie chickens with beetroots for a paranormal live birth. On a slightly somber note, a subspecies of the prairie chicken known as the heath hen went extinct just under 100 years ago. For a short while, their populations were booming. However, due to a series of cataclysmic events, including grass fires, an incursion of goshawks, an epidemic, and a severe winter, their populations began to rapidly decline. And for them, it would be the last time. The endling, or final member of the species, was fondly named Booming Ben. He was seen, for the last time, at his traditional courtship ground. He was alone. In our modern era, we will see endlings again. The vaquita, the world's smallest variety of cetacean, has only 9 or 10 members left in its species. It is likely they will join the ranks of the thylacine, the dodo, the great auk, and the stiller sea cow. The Mangrove Swamp is a biome added in by Unnamed Animal Mod. They seem to generate adjacent to ocean biomes, and are home to the mangrove tree. Growing off them, you'll see the vines of mangrove fruit, which when eaten raw will presumably give you horrific diarrhea. However, if cooked, will give you a crisp 3 hunger shanks. Now, if you decide to turn this tree into a plank, you'll receive some vibrantly orange wood, quite nice for accents. Now, if you want to replant these trees, you can either plant them in land or in water. If they're planted on land, they'll grow with a tapering trunk. However, if grown underwater, they will grow with a set of roots that will always lead them to the surface regardless of depth. Native to the mangroves, fiddler crabs are a wonderfully diverse mob, with a number of very beautiful looking varieties, including a name-exclusive variety, Kung Sime, which wears a crown. If you're planning on keeping some as pets, don't leave them out in the air for too long, since it does seem they need to hydrate by going into water every now and then. Fun fact, IRL fiddler crabs use their singular super claws mostly for display, and wave them around for courtship rituals. Capybaras are a large variety of exceptionally chill rodents you'll also find in the mangrove. They'll let a wide number of peaceful creatures smaller than them sit on their backs. Among the things they'll allow on your backs includes you. Now, if you want to make your coconut doggy your friend, feed them a block of melon. You can also equip a chest on them, which in turn will give you a quality chest worth of storage. As a side note, if you name them Mario, you'll get a special texture referencing the infamous socialist revolutionary. The M stands for Marxism. The Mudskipper, rocket killifish, and elephantnose fish are all united in them being mostly ambient mobs found in the waters of the mangrove for the first two, and the jungle for the last respectively. And while the rocket killifish and elephantnose fish do in fact drop meat, if you have the meat in your inventory, I will give you 15 seconds to run. Pray to your god, for you will be seeing them soon. The Mudskipper is unique in the fact that they are able to survive for prolonged amounts of time on land, and do come packaged with a number of pattern variants. Feel free to bucket any of these species. Native to the swamp and jungle respectively, these perfectly washable frogs are to me quite the charming sight, adding a jolt of life into the biome. Pacman frogs have the unique behavior of burying themselves in blocks of dirt. To breed them, use spider eyes, and to hatch the eggs properly, just put them in water. You can eat them as well for frog legs if that's your forte. The Mangrove Snake is a species of marsupial found within the basalt deltas. They are strangely peaceful in nature and, while sluggish on land, are quite graceful underwater. If you want more mangrove snakes to fulfill the local colonial British bounty, breed them with frog legs. Ah yes, the platypus, the creature so unbelievable that the taxidermied specimen to prove their existence was thought to be a hoax. In-game they're found in swamps and are, as per usual for an Australian animal, poisonous if attacked. If you want to see their characteristically uncharacteristic egg-laying, breed them with spider eyes. As a side note, if you name a platypus Perry, you'll get a fitting texture, and if you name them Asian P, they'll get a fedora on top of that. Both in the jungle and the mangrove, you'll find the black diamond stingray, which, while seemingly unremarkable, will give poison if not given their personal space. Otherwise, they're pretty harmless. Just don't ask what they did on September 4th. Mud is a block you can find at the bottom of mangroves. If smelted as a whole block, you'll just get dried mud, but if you cook the bricks, you can get yet another variety of brown brick in Minecraft. Of course, if you're seeking a richer brown, don't cook the bricks. Let's finish off strong today with a southern right whale. Endemic to cold oceans, they are a majestic sight to see, with them every now and then breaching the water's surface. Interestingly enough, they can occasionally spawn with a grey coloration as well, although it seems to be a bit rare. Now, if you're feeling a bit vengeful for a lost foot, you could go through the immense pain of trying to hunt one of these down, which I wouldn't recommend, especially since they're very much willing to strike back. Your reward won't be all that much better since all you'll be getting is blubber, which is a somewhat subpar fuel source. The show's gotta come to an end, so if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. This is your host Diansu.